Hello everyone, I'm Jesus and welcome to the next episode of The Road to Old School MTG. In this episode, I'll be opening up two packages towards the creation of a new mono red deck for X Points Old School Magic. This will be a Goblin Burn deck, and I got the inspiration for it. First of all, during X Points, the recent X Points tournament, I played against mono red. I liked the deck, and then I played it again in a local face-to-face tournament here in New Jersey, and once again I faced another mono red deck and I liked it. So just that idea of me creating something in red came to my mind while I was in Peru, and so that's why I created the deck first in ManaStack. That's an online Magic deck creator and deck testing website. So I'm going to show it up on screen. So the convenience thing about that, as opposed to Cockatrice is an actual program. You got to download it, and the laptop I had taken with me to be able to play online games, I was not able to download that program to it. So, but I had used ManaStack from before, so I remembered about it, and then I used I used ManaStack to create the deck, and then playtest and so forth, right? So, I'm going to show the deck. I'm going to show a playtest using ManaStack, and then I'm going to show the packages. These also, as well as the postings that I got these packages from. The ads. All right, so let me go to ManaStack first, because that's where it all started. Okay, so this is going to ManaStack. This is the actual website that I created. So it's mono red, and it's also a weenie deck. The highest casting cost in the main deck is 2 ball lightnings, and even then, I'm depending on how the deck goes, I might switch those out, because it might be hard for me to get triple red, right? So I might, those are 2 flex spots. I could switch other things to it. But other than that, it's just generic burn goblins. So 4 goblin balloon brigades. These are nice because they are you pay 1. It's a 1/1 goblin. You pay 1 red to give it flying until end of turn. So it's a nice way to sneak in a point of damage. Goblin Chirurgeon. So I was unable to find 4 of these online. I recently found 2, and those are coming in the way. So I had to buy other goblins. So it's not these, but in the end, it's not a big deal. The special ability of the Goblin Chirurgeon is that you can sacrifice a goblin to regenerate either target creature, target goblin, whatever. So it was unlikely for me to use this ability anyway. But I don't currently have any of these in this one, right? So I substituted for, I believe I put Mons Goblin Raiders. That's just a generic 1/1 Goblin card. So 4 Goblin Digging Teams, 1/1 Goblin, sacrifice to destroy a wall. 2 Goblin Kings. Oops, so I was actually mistaken. I thought ball lightnings were the only 3 mana casting cost things. I forgot about the 2 Goblin Kings. 2 Goblin Kings, and then 4 Goblins of the Flarg. So it's just 1/1 Goblin with Mountain Walk. So these are the creatures. Artifacts. Since it's a weenie deck, I only need 1 or 2 mana open, right? So I'm right now, for now, I'm thinking 2 Winter Orbs main deck is a good idea. Mox Ruby and Chaos Orb. For the points, right? So X points is 10 points. I forgot if Winter Orb is pointed. I don't think so. But Mox Ruby that's 2 points. 1 point each for the 4 Mishra's Factors. So that's 6. And then I forgot where else are my points. So I actually made the Winter Orbs are pointed as well. By the way, I remember that this deck was below the 10 points anyway, because I don't need anything here in addition to what I have here. Although I may put some stuff in the sideboard. I gotta think about that. Actually, I do have a sideboard already created, I believe. I just don't have it here using this program. I just got it in my head. All right, so for lands, 20 lands. 12 mountains. So that's why I was saying having 3 for ball lightnings might be tricky. 12, 1 Hammerheim, and 1 Mox Ruby. That's 14 sources of red. So I need 3 out of those 14 to cast the ball lightning. So it might be tricky. 4 Mishra's Factories just for offense. If I don't get, my goblins die or whatever. Defense, 2 Pendlehavens, right? So this is another 2 flex spots. I might just put in 2 more mountains. But I'm liking the idea because all of these creatures, except for the ball lightning and the Goblin King, I think Goblin King's, I believe, is a 2/2. So most of these creatures are, so 16 out of 20 are 1/1s. So Pendlehavens are a good pump. And then 1 Strip Mine, and because that's the point of this deck too. Attack and get in and attack, some attack damage, and go in with direct damage as well to finish it off. So for direct damage, I got the usual 4 lightning bolts, 4 chain lightnings. In addition, I got 4 goblin grenades. So sacrifice a goblin, and this deals 5 damage to 1 target, right? Which 9 times out of 10, I'll be going to straight to the opponent's life total. And then I got 4 bloodlust. Like I said, I want to attack, and any ones that go through bloodlust just for additional damage. So the idea, the original idea was that, of course, right? So I wanted to, first of all, I don't use red hardly at all, and I've never made a deck that had much of red. I think a slight splash of red. So it's kind of like for X points. I hadn't been using black too much because my main colors are green, white, and blue. So I figured using red would be cool, and just to mix it up because I've been doing mono black for a long time for X points. But the main idea was that just going for direct damage. 4 bolts is 12, 4 chain lightnings is 12. That's 24 damage. So that's enough to kill a player between these 2, right? But of course, that's you can't expect to get all 4 of these, right? So, but then if you do 4 goblin grenades, that's another 20. Between these 3, if I get enough of these, it could very well be enough damage to kill the opponent straight up. And then I just got to get in a couple of attacks. With one bloodlust is probably enough for them to me finish it off with direct damage. Bolt lightnings is basically a kind of direct damage, but in creature form, right? So I want the opponent to hopefully not block. So hopefully I would save these for after maybe they've attacked, or maybe they don't have their enough creatures out in play. So basically, I consider this basically 6 points of damage on 1 card. But of course, if they block, it'll drop and so forth. But that's the way I look at it, right? So main idea is between these 3, use these 3 different cards, 4 of each, to get the opponent very low. And then between the attackers, bloodlust, bolt lightning, do a little bit extra to total 20, right? And then Winter Orbs to slow things down for the opponent, myself as well, but I don't need that much, as you can see, to get things rolling. So that's the idea. So now going to tables here, I can play test this deck, and I was doing this while I was in Peru, in the airport as well, just to pass some time. So I've created a couple decks, and this is the one, Mono Red Weenie. So start the game. All right, so 4 lands, not the best, but whatever. So I'm assuming this is a very aggressive deck, so I'm assuming I'm always going to be playing first. I would choose to play first, choose to play and not draw. So that's turn 1. Turn 2, good, nice. So let's say opponent hasn't dropped anything, maybe they got like a Savannah Lions, a Pixies, right? Basically a good creature, right? So if I attack with my Goblin and stuff with the Flarg, first of all, they got Mountain Walk, they killed him black anyway, right? But let's say I attack, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to sacrifice their 7 line for this. They'll just assume they're going to take 1 damage. And boom, I bring out the Bloodlust, that's 5 damage. So now I need 15 points. Actually, with this, I'll just need 10 points of damage to kill my opponent after I cast this one, right? So that's my 2 mana. Next turn, draw. All right, I think I'll put in a factory just so I can attack. So this point, I'll bring out another goblin. Oops, wrong card. I'll bring out another goblin, and maybe the opponent has a creature now, and I don't think they're gonna block. I mean, I think they'll block, right? So I'll just go straight in for the damage, sacrifice a thing here. That's so they're already half their life in turn 3. Draw. Ooh, this is not good. Getting just, I need spells, I need direct damage, right? So at least I got a bit of defense going. But you guys see the idea, right? So, okay, this is better, just some goblins. So hopefully I can just do another goblin grenade and then a few more direct damage and then drop another. Right, so for one game to have 3 Mishra's Factors, that's very unusual, right? So let's restart. But I think you guys saw the idea. So this is more likely, right? Because I only had 20 lands. So I want to see only 3 lands the whole game. That'd be ideal. Boom. Goblin, whatever. Which goblins you play in general won't matter too much. Except maybe if your opponent's playing red, then the Goblins of the Flark are the best ones out of all of them. Alright, so that's my first turn. Draw. Alright, so I have this. So maybe, so since I have no bloodlust or anything, I may just want to attack. Yeah, probably I'll attack. Most likely they're not going to block because it's the second turn. If they have Savannah Lines, even a Mishra's Factory that they brought out and they can't pump yet, they're not going to block because I'm going to turn this into a 2/3. So I attack, pump it, they'll be at, so they take 2, right? So 18. So 1 red left over. I'll probably bring out Goblins of the Flark. All right, next turn. Draw a card. All right, so I'm getting a lot of goblins, which is okay. All right, so same thing. I'll attack with both. Let's say one of them gets blocked, dies. The other one I pump. So that's another 2 damage. That's 4 damage. I forgot if I dropped the goblin or not. All right, so let me say I forgot, so I think I did it. So let me bring one. All right. Next turn I draw. Ooh, more goblins. Let's see. So by this one, maybe the best thing, let's say my opponent has some defense by now. Just give this flying, pump it, attack for 2 flying. That's 6 damage so far, right? The bad thing is I'm not getting more land, so I'm kind of like holding onto cards here. That's not good. I want to have a very low hand. Usually low hand means good things. So like I said, so probably the opponent's gonna want to kill this guy because he's getting through. So I've done 6 damage so far. For now, just gonna probably just bring on a goblin, lightning bolt, 9 points of damage. Next turn, okay, 9, nice. So 1 red for a thing, 1 hold this open in case I need to block, and then I sacrifice another goblin to this. 9, 10, that's 14 points of damage, right? So I just need 2 lightning bolts or whatever, and then I will win, right? So, but you guys get the idea. So this is the main idea, and honestly, I'm gonna definitely stick with this mono red for a while. Since I'm new to red and just this kind of a deck in general, right? So kind of like this is a little screwy, the Pendlehavens. So I still, got a lot to learn, and from experience, I'm sure I'm gonna fine tune this deck to be better with time, just like I did with the mono black deck. But initially, I like this idea. I think it's gonna work out. All right. So now let's go to the orders I placed. Actually, all right. So for this one is TCG player. This one, of course, as you can see, is CardKingdom. CardKingdom I've been liking a lot, and TCG player basically I'm only using it now as a backup. Whatever CardKingdom I can get, I get it from TCG player, right? Which is always, now it's very little TCG player and a lot of Card Kingdom. It's been working out very well. Card Kingdom seems for now it's going to be my main go-to website. And I got another package of Card Kingdom coming in for a future video. All right, so this one is right here. I've ordered 4 mana barbs. So after I ordered this, actually 1 or 2 days later, I during the event, because I had already bought the cards, right? But during the in-person event where I was playing against Mono Red, I played against it. I won barely, but then I was seeing that player play somebody else, and then the other player brought out COP red, right? And then that basically killed off the red deck. So we were having a discussion, and I like the idea of mana barbs as a sideboard card against COP red, right? So first of all, it costs a lot, right? So it'll be tricky for me to cast. But it was cheap enough. Here I bought it for $125 each, 4 near mint in revised. So for $5 I got a playset. Whenever a mana is drawn from a land, mana bars does 1 damage to the land's control. So let's say I have a few creatures, I attack. The opponent has enough to COP all of them. But basically now this turns the COP into, they need 2 to stop the damage, right? Because when they tap, they'll oh no, actually now that I think about it, this is even better. Because they tap the land to stop the damage, and most of my creatures are 1/1 creatures anyway, right? That tapping of the mana immediately makes them lose a life. So if they tap another mana to prevent the life loss from mana barbs, right? Because now there's 2 things that they're trying to stop damage from the creature and from the mana barbs. If they tap to now reduce damage from mana barbs, because this will do whenever land is drawn for mana for each one. So not as a whole. If you tap 4 lands, each time you tap a land, this will deal 1 damage. So then this will hurt them. So that this basically prevents them from tapping a land to prevent the COP, right? Because this is red, they could prevent the damage by paying 1 colors. But every time they pay, it creates a new stack of damage. So actually, this is even better than I anticipated actually. So this is actually perfect. If I'm reading this correctly, which I believe I'm interpreting this correctly. The main thing will be the casting costs, okay? But actually this is pretty solid. Now that I see it, it's a solid it's a solid thwart to COP red. Of course, assuming I have enough of a board state where I can create some kind of I have to make the opponent tap, basically. And by that point, they might not even tap because if my goblins are doing 1 damage anyway, why prevent the damage, right? So we'll see. But I like the idea. So I like the idea, and I don't think I'll put 4, maybe 3 in the sideboard. But I like to get places if I can. All right, so that's that one. So now this is the Card Kingdom. All right, so 4 ball lightning. So I barely, like I said, I barely had any red, even in my personal collection, which is very small to begin with. So this is basically most of the deck right here. Ball lightnings, I got 2 in very good condition, and then where's the rest of them? Blood, ball, lightning, 2. Did I make a mistake? Okay, ball lightning, quantity 2, okay. Goblin balloon, we're gonna need 2. Goblin king, only 2, so I do need more. Okay, then, so 2. So this is the very good, cards in very good. So this is like light plate. Mons Goblin Girders, I got all 4 revised. 3rd edition means revised. Shatter, I have 3. So some of these are not a full playset because I may have some already. So I have 1 shatter, so I only need 3. And previously, it didn't matter if I had the card or not. I would prefer to just go get a whole playset of near mint stuff. But I've since changed my mind, and I want to use the cards that I've had from when I was a kid. So that shatter, I believe, is in rough condition, the one I actually have. But I actually want to use it. Like I think just brings me back even more, knowing that I'm actually playing with cards I actually had when I was in middle school playing, when I first started playing Magic, right? So that's what you might see. If you see 4, that's because I've never even had any. So Goblin King, I only needed 2, so I don't have any more, but I only needed 2 for this deck. Goblin Balloon Green, so I must have 2 already. Ball Lightnings, I'm pretty sure I don't have any, so maybe I made a mistake, or I gotta look around. Okay. So 2 Bloodlust here, so maybe I have 2 already. 2 Blood Moons, so I don't have any, but this is a great sideboard card. 1 Goblin Balloon Brigade. So this is now excellent. So this is like played. CardKingdom doesn't do the heavy played condition cards. And then Goblin Grenade, I got 2 in excellent conditions. This is really like played. So another Blood Moon to finish off. I wanted 3. In near mint, 1, 12 Chronicles. Earthquake, this is a sideboard card for $1 each. Goblin Digging Team, 1 here. Goblin Grenade, 2 more to finish it off. Comes to the flag, 1 more. And then I got 1 Hammerheim. Alright. So, alright, so this honestly, unfortunately, I thought I had Ball Lightning 4. Yeah, that's only 2. So here, Mana Barbs, I got 2. So, or may I'm mistaken, and I do have 2 Ball Lightnings. So I'll double check. But yeah, this seems surprising. I don't think I had any Ball Lightnings. But I gotta go and double check my collection, right? So from when I think the idea up to when I check my collection to when I actually make the purchases to when I actually receive it, that can take several days, even several weeks. And easy to lose track plus when you especially have other projects, right? So I've been working on this. I just a few days ago finished off a new singleton deck. So I'll have to double check on all these things. But all right, so let's go into the main topic of today. So I got 4 Mana Barbs here in near mint condition. That's what I should be opening up here. So checking here. So plain white envelope, the receipt here. Very suggestive card sleeve. I've seen that before though. And then here is the little pouch sleeve. This is not a what's it called? I always forget the name of it. Just the hard case ones. All right, so this. Ooh, I'm trying to find the edge. They taped it all around, so I guess it protects it, but it makes it tricky to come up. All right, so I got it. It has tape around. All right, now I can actually remove this. All right, so he fit 4 into this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Mana Barbs. Near mint. Yep, near mint. All right, that's solid. All right, so this is now the CardKingdom. I'm double checking here. So this is a bubble mailer for CardKingdom. You need $35 minimum to get free shipping. If not, shipping is pretty steep, $6. So I definitely don't like that, but I do like that it's $35 minimum. TCG Player, their minimum was their minimum for free shipping, I believe, was 35 as well, or something like that, similar in the 30 range. But then it went up to 50. And then considering I'm using it less and less, so it came in so it's a padded envelope, and then usually comes in a little plastic case. But yeah, the shipping on TCG Player is getting more expensive if you don't hit that, and you have to go higher now to get that free shipping. So it's just usually not worth it. But you can still get like $1 shipping if you buy from depending which seller you buy from. So I couldn't open it because it had tape on the sides. All right, and then here a little bit of padding. That's good. Business card over here. Can't take it out. Whatever. All right. All right. I'm curious also to see, what order things come in. Hammerheim is listed as good. So this was $11. Good, I will say this is, that means played condition. Right, because unless good means heavy played. But I was under the impression CardKingdom doesn't do heavy play, so. Alright, so definitely a bit of a nick there. No, not really a nick, but yeah, it's just worn out edge over there in the corner. Pretty decently worn out. And then you can see little things here and there. So it's definitely, the back doesn't look great. Doesn't look horrible either. It's played, right? There's definitely a played card, but it's not. I would not say this is heavy played, let alone damage, right? So it's played. But the front honestly looks really solid. Front looks light played. So when you put it all together, it was listed as good, which is, I guess, played. Played back, light played front. All in all, it was a good purchase. Okay, 2 ball lightnings, 4th edition. Very good. So that will say that means light played. Yeah, light played. Do you guys see the differences in shading? I don't know if you can see this. Or maybe I'm just seeing things. No, it seems like it. But yeah. It's curious to me, like in revised or 4th or whatever, in one set, you can see decently drastic color variations of the same card. So here's very mild. I don't even know if the card's picking it up. This one's I see is slightly darker than this one. Just a side note there. 2 very good ball lightnings, definitely. So I'm assuming this is the very good section. So shatter, 3 shatters and very good as well, 25 cents each. So I'm assuming very good. Like I said, it's light played. Yeah, seems good. 4 goblins, Mons Goblin Raider. So this is the one I had to get instead of the Goblin Chirurgeons. So light played. Yeah, some of these, yeah, the back actually, backs are looking a little scuffed up. See that? As opposed to me, see, nothing there, is all sheen. See, look at this one. All right, so yeah, there's definitely some scuffing in the back. Okay, honestly, yeah, actually, no, the more I see it, Wow. So that's unfortunate. I would say this is the first case of me being disappointed in Card Kingdom. This one is light played. These three are heavy played. This is supposed to be better condition than this one. This one is, has that, pretty decent nick there, scuff there. But other than that, the card, has wear definitely, right? But it's played. This is just flat out heavy played. Has a lot of, like just pop marks. And yeah, the card all around is just the black is faded, right? And even the front. And that's 3 out of the 4 of them. The fronts look also, on first glance, I was happy with them as light play. But no, looking at them more, they have a bit of, crud as well. But very, very minor. The back is really, really the disappointment. But unfortunately, this is marked as very good. Oh, actually, you know what? May I'm wrong. Very good, I guess, is played. So, oh, my mistake. So good, this is the lowest, because very good is better than good, of course, right? Then it's excellent. And then they do have near mint. Yeah, I have near mint. Okay, so actually, so these are marked as very good. So good, played. Very good is, I guess, slightly better than played. But nah, there's no excuse for this. This is straight up heavy played. If good is your lowest grading, this should be marked as good, not very good. This should be worse than that, and it's much better. Of course, got 4 months goblin grade is what, 25 cents each. All in all, I don't care too much. It's more about, just I thought, well, I don't think, I know CardKingdom has better quality control than TCG Player. But that was definitely a big miss from them. All right, continuing on. Goblin King 2 in very good, so this should be similar to that. All right, so yeah, this is played condition, yeah. And I see a little scratch there on that particular one. The camera is not really picking it out too much, but this is not glossy, but this is more what you expect for very good, meaning played condition, right? So yeah, that's fine. Those are supposed to be Goblin Kings, $3.14 each. All right, so they pump all the other goblins. They gave the Mountain Walk and +1/+1. All right. Two Goblin Balloon Brigades in very good, so in played condition. So yeah, this one's decent. No, nothing bad there. And so if you're asking me why do I get some in very good, one in good, well, not all of them in the same condition, is because they don't have enough. And then I have to get some in one condition, some in another condition. So that's the reason why. Ball Lightning, Goblin Balloon Green, Goblin King, Monster. Okay, that's all the very good. So now I'm going into the excellent. So this will be light played. So 2 Goblin Grenades, yep. Light played, yep. Looks, ooh, I was saying looks good. And then this one has quite of a seeing in one angle is fine, but seeing it in a different angle, you see that line going right across. So honestly, it's not visible it's only visible from certain angles, right? And it may it's like I just gotta buff it up. Nothing big, but light played, I guess it still qualifies as light played. Okay, 2. Let me go in order of this thing. 2 Bloodlust, there it is, excellent. So light played. Yeah, looks good. Light played. Love that art. 2 Blood Moons light played, excellent, right? So I'm using light play, but the Card Kingdom Name is excellent. Yep, pretty decent. Definitely some. This one also has a line there, so I wonder if this is just the way CardKingdom. Yeah, you see that line right there? That's not part of the art. You see that one doesn't have. So it's disappointing. This card is actually Blood Moon, each one in excellent condition. $9.59, right? So almost basically $10. For one of them to be decently better than the other for the same price, they should have been marked as very good. Just a couple cents, right? Like I said, it's mainly the the annoyance that is it's not marked correctly, as opposed to the me saving pennies. Right, because if I wanted one in that condition, I would have paid for that one in that condition. All right, so excellent Goblin Balloon Brigade. That's the third one right there. Only one in that one, and then 2 Goblin Grenades in excellent condition. So these. Oh yeah. So oof, man, deep line there in this one. A cross going down. It's a little visible, but not. Funnily enough, it's pretty visible in person, like without the lighting. All right, but all in all, it's all right, and the fronts look fine. All right, so that's all in excellent. So these all now should be near mint if I'm doing this correctly. So 1 near mint Blood Moon. This should be way better than the other ones. Yeah, near mint. 4 earthquakes near mint. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're $1 each. So Blood Moon in near mint was $12. 4 earthquakes, $1 each. Near mint. Yeah, so it's a little mark, but light play to near mint. Close enough, yeah. 1 Goblin Digging Team. There it is. Oof, that is not near mint. That's light plate. It has a little scuffing on the. Not visible, but yeah, it's a little scuffed up. Just basically, just wipe it out. But if you gotta wipe something, then it's not near mint. Goblin, where is it? Digging Team. I guess I only have 1 Goblin Digging Team. Goblin 1 near mint. Where did the Goblin again? Then 1 Goblins of the Flarg near mint. All right. 4 here, Goblin Blue. All right, so I guess I had 3 Goblins of the Flarg already, and I just needed 1 more, which is fine. All right, pretty good. And like I said, so this is definitely missing 2 ball lightning. So either that's a big mistake for me, and I gotta order some, and then I can't play this deck because of that. Oh no! Ooh, my mistake. What was I thinking? It just occurred to me, right? This deck only needed 2 ball lightnings. I'm so fixated with having playsets of everything that I always assume if I don't see 4 of it, then I must have done a mistake. But yeah, I totally forgot. Like that's just the force of habit I've developed. So let's just review. Some of you have been screaming this whole time. Wait, you say you only had 2 of them? Yep, there they are. This deck only has 2 ball lightnings because I already anticipate me having 3 reds is going to be tricky. But it's so good for the purpose, which is trying to get my opponent's life total low as soon as possible, that I had to put some of these in. Originally, actually, I believe I had 4, and then I whittled it down to 2. Then actually I took them all off, and then two came back in, right? So as I actually play this in real life, I will see if this is viable or not. Or maybe I have to take out the Pendle Havens. to make it more viable. We'll see. But so big mistake on my part. 2 ball landings is all I needed. All right, so now it's time to sleeve this up and get ready to play test it, against opponents both in live in-person tournaments and online tournaments, or just online play, casual play. All right, and I'll let you guys know how the deck performs. See you next time.